Hello and welcome to this session where we talk about bringing AI to core financials in Business Central. My name is Mike Borch-Cardona. I'm a product manager on the Business Central engineering team, and I work on AI and other ways to make our users productive with Business Central. And joining me today are my colleagues.
My name is Brian Nielsen. I'm a program manager within the Business Central team.
And my name is George Jacenic. I'm a developer in the Business Central team.
And together, we're going to give you a quick demo of this new Copilot capability. We're going to show you how to get things set up so that you can get hands-on, try it out, or even demo this easily to your customers. And of course, along the way, we'll share some great tips on how to use this. In March 2023, we introduced you to Dynamics 365 Copilot, the world's first AI-powered assistant for both ERP and CRM. And in Business Central, Copilot had one skill: marketing text suggestions. The ability to draft compelling marketing text and give our customers that boost of productivity to help them craft that text and bring their products to market quicker. Now, our vision for Copilot has always been to unlock productivity for workers across roles, across industries, across lines of business. So it was only natural that we'd next turn our gaze towards core ERP processes to see where AI can help. We found that some financial activities are often repetitive, they're tedious, they can be time-consuming. Reconciling your account statements is probably one of them. And here's a good place for us to leverage large language models and their ability to interpret language ambiguity, understand intent, compare texts, and do simple problem solving, and really help our users get through this activity. So we're excited to introduce Business Central's second Copilot capability, Bank Account Reconciliation Assistance with Copilot. Copilot is built on Microsoft's industry-leading security, privacy, compliance, and responsible AI, which means you can trust that your data, especially the sensitive financial data that you work with every day, is safe. It's not leaking outside of your organization. It is not being used to train other AI models. In fact, our philosophy is that your data is your data. And these are the principles on which we built Bank Account Reconciliation Assistance. This is now available in public preview with 2023 Release Wave 2. So, Brian, what exactly is bank account reconciliation?
Bank reconciliation is a tedious task sometimes. It's a repetitive task, and it's also time-consuming. It is the process of making sure that what your bank says has happened in your real bank account is reflected in your ERP system. So during the period, you will register customer receipts, you will register vendor payments, and at the end of the period, you'll make sure you'll double-check that all that you have registered matches your bank statement. And that is the process of bank reconciliation. We've had this feature for many releases. We've improved it over the past few releases. With this release, we will let Copilot assist you in the process, and you can gain some extra efficiency in doing bank rec. Georgia will show you some of the examples and scenarios that Copilot can assist you with.
Let me show you the capabilities of Copilot blended into the bank account reconciliation process. So with this release, we have introduced a new action, Reconcile with Copilot, on the bank account reconciliations list. When you choose that action, you can see a new dialogue, a new type of dialogue in Business Central that is tailor-made for interactions with Copilot. And on this dialog, you can see that a bank account has already been chosen. That is because this is the only bank account that has a bank statement import set up on it. So we already choose that one. And the next thing that the user should do is to import their transaction data. This can be either a file or an online bank feed in case that this bank account is linked to an online bank account. In this demo, I will show it with a file. So we import a file. The file contains some deposits from your bank account, and the Business Central reads the statement date from the file. And now that you have a file imported, you can choose Generate. Choosing Generate will do two things. It will first try to match the statement lines from the imported files, with the Business Central built-in algorithm for matching lines, and then for all the lines that are not matched by Business Central built-in algorithm, it will call Copilot and ask it to match the remaining lines. So let's try and click Generate here. And now it is trying to match first with a built-in algorithm and then calling Copilot. Once Copilot returns a response, we parse the response and try to correlate it with your statement lines and bank account ledger entries. And yes, in this case, you can see that this demo is made so that our built-in algorithm did not match any of the lines from the file, but Copilot actually was able to match all of them. And that is because they are deposits that are created for multiple bank account ledger entries in your system. Here you can see in the bottom section of the page, you can see the Copilot proposals for matching these statement lines from the file. And you can see that each one of them was applied to multiple ledger entries. You can drill down on each one of them, and you can see that this line was matched to these ledger entries, this other one to some other ledger entries, and you can see that the amounts sum up. It is important to state that none of the Copilot proposals are saved in your database until you explicitly keep the proposals by choosing this button, Keep It. You can also choose the button that discards everything. It will then just revert to the list and it will not save anything. You can delete an individual proposal from this list if you don't like it. You can choose the delete line, but let's not do it for this demo. And a nice thing that you have on the page is the visual indicator of how much of the lines are actually matched. In this case, you can see that all the lines are matched, that you should review proposals, and you can do it by drilling down. And in the case that all the lines are matched by our built-in algorithm and Copilot together, you can also choose to post this bank account reconciliation if it is fully applied. So if you choose this checkbox and you keep all these proposals, the bank account reconciliation is posted and you can see it as a bank account statement that is posted. And now let me show you an example of a bank account reconciliation in which it is required to do a little bit more manual work assisted by Copilot. For this demo, I will invoke the action reconcile with Copilot and import another file that I've prepared. It is a superset of the file from the previous demo. It just has a few more lines that are not possible to match with any bank account ledger entry in the system. So let's see how that works. So for this file, if I choose generate and try to match the lines from the file, yeah, in this case we can see that Copilot matched 10 lines, but there are 3 lines that remain that are not matched either by our built-in algorithm or Copilot. And in this case, let's say we review these matches made by Copilot and we like them and we say keep. Notice that because not all the lines are matched, we cannot choose the post if fully applied. It's because the post would fail because there are still some lines that are not applied. So let's choose keep it. And it will ask you if you want to open the bank account reconciliation card. And yes, let's do that. Here on the card, you can see that a number of lines are matched, but these 3 lines that look like expenses, they are not matched to any bank account ledger entry, and in fact there is no bank account ledger entry that is open for this bank account. Typically, before this feature, you could transfer these lines to a general journal and then post general journal, but we have introduced an automation for this process that uses Copilot. And you can transfer to a GL account, and you can multi-select these 3 lines here and choose transfer to GL account. What this will do is it will try to find the best suitable GL account for each of these lines based on their description and based on the GL account name. And it knows which reconciliation it is, knows which bank account it is, so there is no need to import any file. It just calls Copilot right away. And let's see what Copilot has suggested. It says that there are 10 matched lines up front, but Copilot matched 3 more of them. And Copilot is suggesting for this line, fuel, to post a new payment to GL account passenger car costs. You can see that fuel description is not a substring of passenger car costs, but Copilot was able to match this semantically. We like this. Staff wages, it suggests to post to salaries account. Let's keep that. And theater, it suggests to post to outdoor and transportation ads. I don't like that suggestion, so let me drill down and I can actually choose another GL account to transfer this to. And let's pick this one, film, TV, radio, and so on, just to show that you can change. And yeah, it changed it based on your manual choice. You can even use the save drill down here, and what this will do, it will add this description as text to account mapping. It will save it in your database, and for future reconciliations, it will map this text fuel with GL account. So let's say again, because all the lines are now matched, we like these proposals, and let's say post if fully applied again, and say keep it. And it will apply these, and it actually posted a reconciliation, and you can look at it.
So after that fantastic demo, let's walk through a couple of additional details that will help you plan your approach. First and foremost, this feature is available in public preview while we assess feedback from our community. When should you expect to see this? Well, this will be delivered in a minor update for Wave 2. Now keep in mind that minor updates span from November until March 2024. So if you're on update 23.0, you will not see this feature. You need to wait for that minor update. Also, like all of our Copilot capabilities, bank account reconciliation assistance is only available for Business Central Online, what we often refer to as SaaS. Now, the feature is not restricted by any country localizations, which means that whichever country localized environment you are using, you will find the feature there. And also, no matter which language, user language you are using, the feature will also be available. However, we do have a few limitations in preview that I want to call out. While in preview, Copilot performs better in English language with English bank transactions. And in fact, suggestions might not perform as well in other languages. We also know that Copilot does not necessarily perform as well when you have a mixed language situation. For example, when your bank transactions have descriptions in mixed language. Now, speaking of transactions, Georgia, one of the challenges with experiencing bank account reconciliation is, of course, getting your demo data set up, having those right transactions in place. Could you share with us how we've improved that experience?
Yes, so in Business Central, evaluation company for Business Central Online, there is a demo bank account reconciliation for US version. It is for the checking account. And if you just open it, you will see a few lines and few bank account ledger entries. And on this demo bank account reconciliation, you can just choose Reconcile with Copilot. And it will enter, it will call Copilot straight away. There's no need to import a file. And you can see that our built-in algorithm matched 1 out of 3 lines based on description and amount and date, and Copilot matched 2 out of 3 lines. It matched the deposit line because it is a one statement line to multiple ledger entries. This is something that the Business Central built-in algorithm is not good at, but Copilot is. And it also matched this statement line despite the transaction date being off by 3 days or even more days. Copilot can handle that. So in this demo bank account reconciliation, you can quickly see the capabilities of Copilot with these few characteristic lines that are a bit tough for our built-in matching algorithm.
That's a lot easier to get started, really. But there's also a few more things you need to know, a few more prerequisites before you can actually try this out. So first of all, if you're upgrading from an earlier version of Business Central, such as version 22, you'll first need to visit the feature management page to enable this feature. Now, this requires elevated permissions, so you'll typically an admin who does this on the environment. Search for bank, and it should show up. Then you just enable it from all users, and the next time you sign in or your coworkers sign in, they will now get access to this Copilot capability. If you don't find a feature in this list named Bank Account Reconciliation, that probably means you're still waiting for that minor update to be delivered to your environment. Next thing to do is make sure Copilot is actually up and running for that environment. So admins should visit the new Copilot and AI capabilities page. This gives you an overview of all of the capabilities installed specifically to that environment. Again, you'll find bank account reconciliation here in the preview section, of course, and it should be active by default. Now, in many cases, Copilot will just work without any additional setup required. Here it says your environment is connected to Azure OpenAI Service for your region. If you see this, you're good to go. However, if your environment localization is in a country or region where Azure OpenAI Service is not available, then the only way to work with Copilot is to connect to Azure OpenAI Service in a different region. And for that, administrators must first give their consent that Business Central will contact Azure OpenAI Service in that different region. You do that using the switch right here. And you'll also find the list of Azure regional services in our documentation. This single switch allowing data movement is really the last thing that remains for you to experience Copilot in Business Central. Now, while you're trying it out, we'd love to get your feedback. We know that AI doesn't always get things right. In fact, we provided a very simple way for you to signal and rate that feedback, rate the quality of feedback that Copilot comes up with. And you can do this every single time you reconcile. You can do this every time you suggest GL accounts. Do send us your likes, do send us your dislikes, whether you're an end user, whether you're a partner trying this out or demoing this. This feedback really helps us continue improving Business Central. All right, so before we close, let's summarize what we heard today. We're bringing Copilot to core ERP processes with this new capability to assist in bank account reconciliation, starting out in preview. You'll find it in minor update to 2023 Release Wave 2. There's no restrictions on country or region in terms of environments that you can try this on, but some limitations do apply in terms of language. And if you don't see the action to reconcile with Copilot, there's probably some one-time setup that you need to go and do as an admin on that environment. Start by checking out the feature management page, see if you've gotten the feature there, and do remember to provide feedback, of course. Now, if you're a partner watching this, you're probably wondering, how did they do that? Well, we have some good news for you, because Bank Reconciliation Assistance has been built using our new developer tools for Copilot in Business Central. And what that means is that you can now design and implement your own similar generative AI capabilities for your extensions. We've got an entire dedicated session where we go through this in great detail. And if you're looking for more inspiration, more use cases where Copilot can be put to work, check out our other session on marketing tech suggestions as well. And last but not least, if you're looking for more in the area of finance in 2023 Release Wave 2, check out this one session on allocations that we also recommend. So there's plenty more resources for you. If you're looking to get started with Business Central, follow the buzz on social media, or connect with the product engineering team. If you've got that great idea where you think we should put AI to work in the finance area or elsewhere in Business Central, do share your idea at aka.ms/bcideas. And for partners specifically, we definitely recommend you join the discussion group called Copilot and AI. Here's a link that you can join on our Yammer network. So with that, it's been a real pleasure to share with you how we're bringing AI to core ERP processes. We're really looking forward to hearing your feedback while you use this, while you try it out, and as you bring that to your customers as well. And we hope this also inspires you to see a path towards building your own generative AI capabilities in your extensions as well. So on behalf of the Business Central engineering team, thanks for watching.